Hope you're having a lovely day and you're searching for another recipe. This is the Majestic Cupcakery.
Hi, it's Beth at Majestic Cupcakery, and today I'm going to be showing you how I turned this shop-bought supermarket cake into this 2-tier birthday cake worth £200. Everything I bought from the supermarket added up to £25, so just keep on watching to see how I got on. So this is one of the 3 supermarket cakes I bought. I bought 3 of the same because they were £5 each and look pretty thin. I also opted for this one because it's quite plain looking and looks easy to take apart, hopefully. I'm just getting a knife and taking off those little star sprinkles and jellies. This was a lot more time consuming than I thought it would be, but I was trying to save as much of the buttercream as possible because I was going to use this to fill the cakes later. I'll speed this part up for you so you don't have to sit and watch me take off all the sprinkles one by one. I then went in with my little palette knife and scraped off as much of the buttercream as I could, trying not to take too much of the cake with it. I repeated this with the other 2 cakes I had so they were all nice and plain for me to cut and shape. I tipped the cake out onto a tray so I could make it round. I went and got my 6-inch cake tin to cut around and just laid that on top of the cake as a template. The cake was a tiny bit shorter than I wanted it to be, so the circles are missing a bit of the sides, but I thought that's okay, we can fill it with buttercream later. I managed to get 2 circles out of one cake, so I repeated this with the other cake to get 4 6-inch layers. Then for the last cake I got a 4-inch tin. I managed to get 3 circles out of it, so I got 3 4-inch layers for the top tier. So this is what I managed to get out of the 3 cakes I had, but with the 4-inch size it was a tiny bit short, so I had to patch a circle together, as you can see, but we'll put that in the middle, it will be fine. So we have a 6-inch cake and a 4-inch cake now, it's on to decorating. I put all the buttercream I scraped off the cake into a mixer and whipped it up to get it lighter, then just popped it into a piping bag to fill the cakes. And then filling in between the layers quite generously for height. With any leftover buttercream, I'm then just crumb coating around the cake to lock in all those crumbs. I wasn't worried too much if it wasn't that neat, it can always be fixed with the second coat. Don't forget about the top of your cake. I then went around with my scraper to get rid of any excess buttercream and tuck in the edges. I repeated this with the 4-inch, and then both cakes went into the freezer to set up for 10 minutes, then I was ready for the second coat of buttercream. So at this point I did have to buy 2 extra tubs of buttercream to finish icing the cakes, but this was still all counted in the £25 budget. Again, I whipped this up to get it lighter because some shop bought buttercreams can be quite yellow. And just smoothed out the sides to get it level. I left the edges like this because I like it, but if you wanted to get a crisp edge you could do that too, and again I just did the same with the 4-inch. Once it was set in the freezer, it was ready to stack the cake on top. I didn't have to dowel the cake because the 4-inch was so light. I'm just going around with my palette knife to smoothen any gaps. I then dyed some leftover buttercream purple and blue and started to paint on very roughly with this tool thing I have. It's kind of like oil painting, it's actually really fun. I just wanted it to have a bit of character instead of being a plain cake. And finally I went in with these flowers that I bought from the shop that only cost me like £5, and they're artificial but I think they added a lot to the cake and really finished it off. You can see how far it's come from the 3 shop bought cakes at the beginning. This is the final cake I came up with. It was a lot of fun to do but also very challenging. If you've got spare time and want to give this a go, please do. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and I'll see you all next time. Bye!